Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay on this afternoon. I know that I am, or this evening. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? Also, if you would like to hit the Cash App, you can hit the Cash App. You want to hit the Super Thanks, you can hit the Super Thanks, right? That is how you help to support the channel, okay? It's been a great Saturday, y'all. You know, I got out and I did my kickboxing and all those good things. I love that class so much. Child, I be trying to go every day if I can. It's just that my time does not permit it, but I vowed to at least go 3 days a week. I've been going more than 3 days, okay? But the good thing about it is that it's every day except for on Sunday, okay? So it has me feeling good, okay? And then, of course, y'all know I went to the store and I called a candle sale. Lord, pray for me in them candles. But I wanted to talk about a local judge that had been in the media. Of course, you all remember that I did a video on this judge sometime back, Melissa Boyd, and she had some issues. They said with bribery. I said bribery while on the bench, and allegedly bribery, allegedly substance abuse, allegedly stalking, okay? Whereas whoever her campaign manager was, she tried to allegedly kick the door in, child, because allegedly saying, I know you got a nigga up in there. I'm trying to figure out, her campaign manager, as a female. So I don't know what was going on there where she would get so angry and try and, kick the door in and stuff because she think the lady got a man in the house. So, we can only speculate on that, right? But anyway, she's back in the news, okay? And yesterday it says that her bond could be revoked because Judge Melissa Boyd, she tested positive for drugs. Now, I know they had requested that she get back into, get into rehab and get herself cleaned up and all that good stuff. Child, evidently she ain't.
Suspended since last May, was in court today as a defendant.
Melissa Boyd was indicted in November for coercion and harassment. Our Alan Self has details on what happened at her court hearing today.
The Honorable Melissa Boyd appeared in court today. Her motion to exclude evidence was denied, and her bond is at risk of being revoked if she fails a random drug test ordered by the judge.
This is not relevant and cannot be relevant for the purposes that we're here today. Now, if we're here just to slander my client, I understand that this would be relevant then. But as for actual evidence in the court of the law, it cannot.
Judge Boyd's defense attorney is trying to get text messages to an alleged lover thrown out, as the suspended judge watches on with little to no reaction. Meanwhile, the state is pushing back and ultimately convinces the judge to shut down the defense's request.
Ms. Boyd was jealous, kept thinking that there were guests, sexual partners at Ms. Rudd's house, and would harass her based on that. These messages corroborate and reflect that.
The victim, who was Boyd's campaign manager, says Boyd admitted to using cocaine on the job. She alerted the Board of Judicial Conduct, prompting Boyd's suspension in May 2023. The board also gave Boyd 2 more public reprimands. She was later criminally charged with coercion and harassment, and now she faces a potential bond revocation.
The defendant in this case, Melissa Boyd, she tested positive for cocaine and alcohol. We're going to have another hearing on the 27th, which we will ask at that time for the judge to revoke her bond.
Yesterday, a state legislative committee voted to recommend Boyd's removal as judge. According to the state's Judicial Conduct Board, Boyd has continued to collect her salary of roughly $17,000 a month while she is off the bench and other judges are handling her caseload. In the studio, Alan Self, WREG News.
Wow. Melissa Boyd has messed up $17,000 a month. Woo! You know, everybody, I guess, ain't ready. You know, in order to be a judge, you have to be a lawyer. I don't know how long Judge Melissa Boyd has been a lawyer for before she became judge. Let me see, Judge Melissa. I don't know how long she had been. She was elected in 2022. She had been previous employment, private practice, criminal, juvenile, family. She was in the U.S. Air Force, a sergeant, a military police. She's got her education in finance and went to Louisville Law School, but it's still not showing how long she has been. I'm sure she's been a lawyer, you know, for a long time, because y'all do know judges are lawyers, right? You can't be a judge unless you are a lawyer. So I guess she's messed up all of that. And they definitely trying to take her down through there. You could tell the way she's looking. It appears to me that she may be an alcoholic. You know, her alleged lover, who was a campaign manager, child, I guess she ready to move on. She wants the stalking and stuff to stop. So she done went and reported her, you know, to the board and all that, you know, and said that she was the one that reported that there was some type of substance abuse. I think her campaign manager now has a really good job. So I'm sure, you know, Melissa helped her with all of that. And now she, you know, she's, you know, reporting everything. And which, hey, she should, you know, because I hear, you know, you don't use your bully pulpit. You don't use the bench as your bully pulpit, right? To coerce and bribe and all of that, especially when people's lives and justice is at stake. And I think she's in the criminal court. So, you know, the criminal cases that come through there, hey, you're talking about families and all of that want justice. And it looks like to me there was some integrity issues going on. There was some codependency, and it still is. And so that's the reasons why, you know, they tested her again, and she's still doing it. And of course she would be, because I'm sure this situation is not making it any better at all, right? She's probably really codependent now. So do I think she should be removed from the bench? I do. I think that she needs to be removed from the bench. You know, if they remove her from the bench, maybe they're not going to take her law licenses. She can go back to practicing in private practice, I guess. If they don't revoke her license, she can go back to private practice and all that good stuff, I guess, you know. But I was going to say, you know, with a substance abuse problem, who gonna want to hire her? But hey, depending on her prices, she get a lot of them to come through there, right? And so I just don't think that her being on the bench is a good thing, especially since she's been a defense attorney. She's probably dealt with every drug dealer, everything that comes through her court at this point. And we don't know what type of relationship she's had with them. And it's obvious, allegedly, she's been, you know, they pay some stuff up on the table. And with a substance abuse problem, hey, freedom can be bought up under the table. It may be in her court, allegedly. So yeah, they need to go ahead and get her on down and sit her down, and in order to keep her licenses centered onto the rehab so she can detox. But I could tell looking at her that she, you know, she's in deep thought and deep regret. So hopefully she can get some counseling, not counseling, some they send her to a rehab, and she can get herself better, because I know substance abuse can alter some situations. So definitely to remove her off the bench. I'm not saying they should take her licenses to mess with her livelihood or anything like that. but definitely remove her from the bench. Make sure she gets some detoxification going on, and then she can go back into private practice, child. But she, at any rate. I want to move on to the next subject. There are, it says two shots severely injured. Let's see. It says 2 shots severely injured in Cherokee neighborhood. Okay. It says 2 people are in critical condition after a shooting in the Cherokee neighborhood Friday, Memphis police say. According to reports, officers responded to the shooting in the 3400 block of Beaumont Street at 9:34 p.m. 2 people were taken into Regional 1 hospital in critical condition. There is no suspect information available at this time. This is the second shooting in the area in just 2 days. On Thursday, 3 people were shot at a home on Amarillo Street near Sharp Avenue. Police say 2 men were taken to the hospital in critical and 1 woman was transported in non-critical condition. Okay. So here's the thing about that, with it consistently being shots in the neighborhood. I don't know if there's some type of related situations going on, but it would appear that it seems to be some type of, I don't think it was just by chance. It's probably an ongoing situation, and they may be related. It is very possible that those situations are related, where there's some beef going on and all of that. But crime has got to be gotten up under control. I do know I was in downtown Memphis, and I happened to stop at the Starbucks. I was out early, and I saw across the street from the Starbucks where they have they're getting ready to open a new Memphis Police Recruitment Center. That has never happened before, because you always had to go to the precincts or out to the academy to get the applications and stuff. But they got it's just big as day, Memphis Police Recruitment, and they have people there. They got it in an area where it's real busy, where people can see it. So I see that they're trying to get more police and stuff in. But the thing about it is, when they get them, are they getting quality ones where they can be kept? Standards are going to have to be raised, because what's happening now is they're putting anything out there. Just like with the sheriff's office, I'm hearing that they've lowered the standards to 18. So the age to 18. So that's why we see so much of what we're seeing. Girls getting bent all over because they just getting out of high school, graduating and going straight to the jail. And their friends and stuff are coming up in there. They high school crushes and all of that. And because they want something from them now, they're in a position, I guess, of authority that can help them while they're in jail. They get the opportunity to get attention from their high school crush. Okay. So they don't really care, because they're not mature at 18, right? And I know they said, well, they go off to war at 18. They don't need to go off to war at 18. Hell, I never liked that. You can go off to war at 18, but you go into jail if you smoke that you get caught drinking liquor before 21. You can't buy liquor before 21. I don't agree with neither one. But that's what I'm saying, though. You're old enough to go off to die, but you're going to jail if after you come back from war with scars and you're 20 years old, if you think you're going to be buying liquor and stuff like that. It just don't make no sense to me, right? But yeah, the crime has got to be it's even when you put the police officers out there, that's just that's still being reactive. We got to find a way to be proactive, and being proactive is making sure that it starts in the homes. And so what people are going to have to do, because there are a lot of good homes, but parents are working like crazy, right? Because everything has gone up. Even in households now, both parents got to work. So, but in more households, there are one parent households. So mama might be working 3 jobs. So as I always say, you got the oldest one who's about 9 years old left to look over the little ones, and that's still a baby too. But mama has to leave them there. She can't afford no daycare. So So I said that to say this, what's going to have to happen is the politicians' feet are going to have to be held to the fire. Poverty ignites crime. How come we're not making sure these politicians do what is necessary to start bringing in jobs that are going to pay a nice amount of money, right? Yeah, putting jobs in the community and not just penny jobs. Because that's what they're doing. When we put some jobs in the community here, it ain't paying but $10. And not put the people in slavery by when these big jobs, these good jobs come into the community, right? They bring them in, these businesses in. The first thing they do is they sell the people out immediately by allowing their family members to put their temporary services or their friends and stuff and get a kickback for allowing them to do that, because it's easier on the company. So the company don't have to pay the workers, the temporary services getting the majority of the money, and they don't have to pay for insurance or anything like that. So they still ain't doing folks right. But see, like I say, in our community, we're so busy trying to cut at each other's necks, we don't see the game that's going on, because temporary services is just another form of slavery. Okay, I've been saying it. It's just another form of slavery, and these politicians are selling the people out because the company's giving them a kickback for allowing them to bring a temporary service in where they don't have to pay benefits and all of that. And they're getting a kickback from the temporary service, which is usually their family, friends, or whatever. And then the people are just working like at Technicolor. I remember a politician telling me a Technicolor ain't nothing but the slave slavery. I don't know if they've changed the name. It still could be going on. The people at Technicolor was supposed to be getting insurance and making, even back then when it first came in, $21 an hour. Those people was having to stand outside to see if they could work and making $9 and $10. This is what they do to Black people. But all we can do is cut at each other's neck. And I always say we got a bigger problem, but we don't know how to deal with it because we bet the crabs in a damn barrel. Okay. And until we fix that, we're gonna always fall up under the bottom, but not me. Because I don't coexist. I don't commingle. I don't fraternize with crabs. Okay, I don't fraternize with crabs. That's too low vibrational for me. But until we fix that jealousy demon, we're going to always be, our community is going to always stay in the position that it's in. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.